And finally, after a short delay, good evening, ladies, gentlemen, boys and girls. Welcome to the knockout action from BFE tournament. Live from Japan, it's Decorus Esports versus TTM live. And I'm joined tonight by a wonderful co-host in Aiden. Good evening, Aiden. How are you?
I'm alright. Been an interesting one. A few internet issues here and there for both drivers and commentators, but we're going.
Yeah, it's currently blowing a hoolie in Taunton right now, so hopefully my internet and my microphone does keep up with the action. Good evening, chat. Hope you're all well. All legends are in the chat. The Blue Army are in there. The Rose Ultras are in there. It is a dry race and a dry quali, Aiden. Just breaking news.
Yeah. Breaking news straight off of Brett the Gaffer, I presume.
Brett the Gaffer does keep me informed as a part-time weatherman. Yes, indeed. And it looks like finally, after a short internet delay from one of the TTM drivers, we're going to go away. So Decorus represented tonight by Sam, Caesar, Boom, Thomas, Torley, and making his debut tonight for Decorus is Danny Rick F1. And then from TTM we have Callum, Chaos, Pikachu, Wyardi, Kenyon and Marshall. Wyardi?
Yeah.
Kenyon and Marshall. So two good teams, and hope for some good action. And we'll go on board with Danny Rick. Aid, if you want to take us away for lap one.
Yeah, sure. Well, in TS's already. Apparently broadcast camera does not work through here, so that's nice. Can't get any nice shots in qualifying, at least on my end. Don't know about you, Rose.
Nope.
But already taking very aggressive line up through Dunlop, right on the exit curb. Could be painful later on, but Purple Sector 1 obviously is the first to start a lap, and in Sector 1 obviously. Up into the hairpin, the Kobayashi curve as it's called, I believe. And get a nice run through there. Little bit of a snap on the exit, but controls that very well. Through the flat out long right-hander. And into the heart of Sector 2, heading down into spoon curves now. Fifth gear corners, maybe fourth, the second one as he does. Some people short shift to fifth on the exit, but he keeps it in fourth. As we go on the long run up to 130R, which personally I believe should be a DRS zone. But it's not, so it is what it is. Through 130R, completely flat out in modern day cars, as you'd come to expect, and into the Casio Triangle, where we've seen many a controversy over the years, especially in the 90s and the 80s with Senna and Prost. But coming across the line now, Danny Rick, he's going to set a 28.5 for a good banker lap there.
Yeah, that's a good start.
Not bad start to the session.
That's a good start from Danny Rick there for sure. Who am I picking up? TTM Callum looks like he's backed out coming into the final two corners.
I think Torley next.
Yeah, the crowd are about to go wild. The Blue Army will go wild for Womatty Torley. We expect to see some Womatty Torleys in the chat. Here we go. So up to Spoon we go, one of the most famous corners into Spoon Curve. And,
a lot of famous corners on this track, to be fair.
There is indeed. It's quite a famous circuit. And shout out to Daniel Pearson tonight. He's been unlucky on Tinder this evening. Been asked to shout that out. So head up Daniel Pearson. Oh, what can it be? Well, Matty Torley's. The chat's gone absolutely mental. Here goes Torley then. What's he got in the locker this evening? And it's a 128.6.
The exact gap. 77 milliseconds off of Danny Rick, so looking good so far for the Blue Army.
It is indeed.
And boom, another 3/10 off of that on his banker lap.
Yeah, it's a Red Bull. That's Danny Rick coming in on an in-lap, so quite a mix-up of tyres there, Aid, really. Almost 50% of the grid on the medium tyres as we watch Thomas. Yeah. Thomas is just backed out.
We've got Sam into the Casio Triangle. Taking that very nicely. Not losing as much curve on the first part you've seen many drivers do, but still a clean run anyway through the chicane, and he comes up to the line 28.588, exactly 40 milliseconds off his teammate Danny Rick. Good start there, as we've also got Caesar and Kenyon on laps. Kenyon through the Casio Triangle. And let's see what he can set, keeping it nice and close to the wall. DRS open across the line, 29.3. So yeah,
it does look like early advantage to Decorus. Obviously, after grid haven't set a lap yet. There is a
Matty Torley slipstream for Caesar here, up into Spoon.
Yeah, I just caught the back end of that now. Good evening, Lando, in the chat. Just seen you pop up there. Live for 53 so far. Thanks to everyone for coming along.
63 on my screen.
63, it's getting bigger. And if you don't follow the BFE channel, please do so. We got some thick and fast racing coming up over the next 4 days. Caesar.
As it turns out, we did hit 400 sometime after the last time we co-commed, so something's going right.
Caesar hugging the walls, he comes up to the line and makes it a Decorus 1 to 5.
With only Thomas left to set a lap, which he's doing right now on the run in towards Spoon. Very challenging corner if you get it wrong.
X Factor Charlie in the chat, good evening. Also a very good commentator within the Decorus ranks.
Got quite a few good commentators, haven't you? The boys at Decorus.
We have indeed.
And Thomas, interestingly, only 1/10 off of some of the middle sectors of his teammates on the softs, and he's on the medium compound tyres into the Casio triangle. So let's see where this lap puts him. Close to validating on the exit there, keeping it nice and tight, nearly hitting the pit wall. It's a 28.8. That's a banging lap on the mediums.
It is indeed. So, who've I got? Marshall's backed out of his lap. Why we, Ardy?
We.
Rose remix.
And Brent1404, welcome to the chat for the first time. Got a Twitch chat telling me that. Good one there by Amazon getting that sorted out, but that's nice. And Chris already being sarcastic in the chat, saying Decorus struggling. Love that.
It is indeed.
So that's a banging lap from Thomas.
For those of you who are just joining in the stream, welcome and good evening. Shout out to Tez for that fantastic intro video. That is something special. And stay tuned for some 4 days of non-stop action. It's going to be some big fixtures coming up as well. But this,
we are there across the line. He's about 6/10 off of Thomas's lap, so that really was a cracking lap from Thomas. As Chaos has already spun it out of the second Degner. So good start. I would say good start. It's not a good start. Bad start to the session for Walking Chaos there.
Yeah, he wants to get out of the way because TTM Marshall's coming up behind him, who's currently backed off. I've got him.
Yeah, so
Marshall is the next one, I think, on a quick lap because Pikachu.
Marshall's on none ERS, so he's not on a lap.
What is he doing?
Who else have we got?
No one right now.
Kenyon just improved by 4/10. I just caught that one. But Son Pikachu is going to be the next one to start a lap and on the medium compound tyres too. Heading down into the long turn 1 and 2 sequence, flat out for turn 1, and then piling on the brakes into turn 2 as I accidentally go off board, which is very smart. Into the S curves now. I was about to call them the center S's, that's completely wrong. Arc Walkie welcome to chat for the first time. Bit of unsteer on the mediums there for some Pikachu, but not too bad. Using a bit of curb on the exit of Dunlop now, heading into Degner 1. It's a 32.4 sector 1. Don't know how that compares to Thomas, but it's a good run so far as he goes up the flat run towards the Kobayashi curve. A tricky, about 50-mile-an-hour hairpin. Oh, look at that on the dot. And it's a good exit from Son Pikachu as he makes his way on the run to Spoon. Been a clean lap so far. A little bit of understeer here and there, but you expect that on the mediums. Diving his way into the Spoon curve. Taking that very nicely indeed. Short shift to 5th of the exit. I haven't really seen drivers do that so far, but he's the first one to do so by my eyes. Not too sure though. Correct me if I'm wrong, anyone in the chat or Rose. That's a 12.2 middle sector. He's on par with Thomas right now. Apparently purple. Don't know whether that's valid, like correct or not. But into the Casio triangle, a little bit of a correction there, I think. Yep, to avoid invalidating. As it comes across the line, it's a 29.0 and about 2.5 tenths off of Thomas.
Yeah. It was that looked like it was going to be a good lap, and looked like it just fell away. Booms found 0.3 of a second just under, and again, those of you joining the chat, it doesn't look like it, but it's going to be a dry quali and a dry race for this 18-minute quali. And a 50% race coming through as Boom hugs the right-hand wall, which is the preferred line. He's up into P2 after finding just under 4 tenths, 128.5.
2 milliseconds off of Danny.
And Danny Rick did invalidate or had a moment on his
We've
first
also
lap.
got Weardy.
As a breaking announcement.
What's happened?
Boom is right round, baby, right round for the first time this evening at the first corner, and unfortunately, Boom, you just can't park there, sir. And he's got front row seats to everyone coming right the way through.
He's not careful, he's going to get disqualified.
Yeah.
Okay, it's fine. But we've got Weardy across the line, 29.1, improved by 2 tenths, which doesn't change your position, unfortunately for him. But walking Chaos on a lap, sliding on his, on an out lap, sliding his way through Spoon, and I'm going to hand it over to you, I'm going to get a drink.
No problem as Decorus Sam comes through Casino Triangle to finish a lap. He was just a little bit up. Hopefully he'll go a little bit quicker as he gets to the line. It is the fastest lap of the session so far. It's a 128.4 for Decorus Sam. And Decorus are running riot. Pikachu is on an in lap. Wyardi's found 2.5 10. No, he hasn't. He's backed off of his lap. TTM Marshall next. Walking Chaos, the only driver not to set a lap, and we'll flick over to him shortly. And it does look like he's backed off as well. So we've got Whoa Matty Torley sets a 128.2. Times are tumbling here in Japan. Caesar backs out of his lap and comes into the pits. Here comes Thomas on the soft compounded tyre through the S's. And Thomas is invalidated. Wyardi not doing anything special. Walking Chaos. Is he about to set his first lap of this evening as we get towards the crucial stages of qualifying? So it's Woe Matty Torley that leads away with a 128.2. Decorus Sam just 2.5 tenths behind. Then it's Danny Rick and Boom from Decorus. So 1 to 4 for Decorus, early advantage, but all to play for as we get towards 4 minutes. Into Casino Square goes Walking Chaos, rides the curbs and backs it off and goes into the pits. Kenyon 128.9 is his time to beat. Decorus Thomas will be going again or dropping himself into the pits.
Hi, I'm back, but I'm surprised Thomas went back out on the softs. His medium time was actually pretty good.
It was indeed. He finds himself back in the box after invalidating on the soft lap, so he's still got that option to back it off before the end.
And the only cars on track right now are Kenyon and Torley.
Yeah, I'm on board with Kenyon as he comes up to the hairpin in turns 10 and 11. And
I'm not sure, I just know it's called the Kobayashi curve.
They classify this right-hander as a turn that he's just gone through there, and he touches the grass on the inside, so he's trying to explore all avenues of track limits. He is the only driver on a lap as he comes round turn 13 and 14. And I agree with you, I think this should be a DRS straight. It would make things a little bit
more interesting.
Yeah, but and then on the flip, a little bit dangerous going into 130R for sure.
Yeah, I think that's the main reason there isn't DRS there. Don't know the logistics of that one.
Kenyon decides he's going to ride the right-hand curve instead of the left-hand curve.
Interesting choice, but it's worked up into P5.
Good luck from Kenyon.
Starting to shock in this session.
They are.
And we've got Caesar on out lap in the curves.
We'll stay on board with Caesar. So, coming up to the 2-minute marker. I reckon we might have the old glitch, you know. I didn't see cars coming out until about 16 minutes, so I reckon we might have this glitch that ever persists. So they've managed to nail the starting lights, but not the quali timing glitch.
Yeah, this game is that good.
It looks like Crispy has joined the session. ARC Reaper really appreciating the lap from Kenyon there. It was a good lap.
Yeah. I was just having a look through the race director, and the only time we hardly lost to Thomas on the mediums was really in the middle section. He dropped 2 tenths there. Maybe like a tenth or so in the last, but they're pretty much even in the first sector. Speaking of, Caesar's about to enter it. Take it away, Rose.
He is indeed. So Caesar, aka the defending god, aka owner of BFE, coming down into turn 1, which on my graphic is called first turn. Once again, nice and early out of turn 2 onto the throttle, into the S as we go. How much confidence has he got going through here, riding the curbs, trying to keep that throttle, full throttle for as long as he can. Really easy through 5, 6 and 7, and then the uphill left down into the double right Degners. Easy to invalidate here, and he seems to have nailed it. He's found 2 tenths of a second. That's a purple sector 1, and he'll hope to get this nailed as he comes up to the Kobayashi curve, aka the hairpin. Wants to get early on the throttle. You see him keep it half throttle all the way round. This is looking good from Caesar.
Ironically, this corner's called 200R.
200R. There's
Yeah,
an upgrade.
so that flat section is 200R, and they got 130R.
Oh no!
Oh, and that's Caesar right round.
He is right round, baby, right round, like a record. And we'll go on board with TTM Marshall, and that's the end of Caesar's qualifying. Such a shame, he was absolutely nailing it. So Kenyon and Pikachu cannot continue, so the timing, it looks spot on. So we'll have Marshall just about to come through 130i, 7.3 seconds up.
So as long as he finds time in the last sector, he's going to be flying up the order.
There's 2 cars going side by side, and he goes up into P9. Who's that having a battle in behind?
I think it was Callum and Thomas.
So
not 100% sure though.
Decorus Sam next across the line, and it's 128.3.
Says 0.2 on my screen. Don't know what you're reading.
28.23. I forgot the 2 in front of 3.
Oh, we got Matty Torley, 1.2 tenths up on his lap in the middle sector. He's going to come across the line. He's at 27. Just misses out.
Whoa, Matty
1.05.
Torley, that is impressive. As we will ride on board with Danny Rick, who got a lovely tow from Thomas.
About 3 tenths up in the middle sector there. He'll come across the line.
What's Danny Rick got in the bag? It's a P2, a 128.1. Here comes Boom. 128.287 for Boom.
Just got Walking Chaos on an invalidated lap time.
That's,
so that's your lot.
That's going to conclude qualifying, and a strong performance from the boys in blue.
So I'm just looking at the track map here. A completely different topic. You were right about the first corner, right? And then they call the S's Snake, and then the final right-hander of it, they call anti-banked curve.
I just pulled one off Google, and it's called S-curves into Dunlop, into the Degner, up into hairpin spoon curve. As at the end of qualifying, it's well Matty Torley, and that will continue in the chat for a long time into the night, with a 128.055. Danny Rick on debut, just over a tenth behind. Decorus Sam just under 2 tenths behind in P3. Boom makes it an all Decorus top 4, and then it's Kenyon and Callum from TTM. Caesar, Thomas, Marshall, Pikachu, Wyardi, and Walking Chaos, who didn't set a lap during that qualifying session.
Yeah. the combination of turn 1 and 2, first turn. So it's not just turn 1 that's called first turn, it's turn 1 and 2.
Indeed, yeah. Thomas is on medium tyres, remember, because he didn't set that final lap. He went out on softs and was used as a bait car to tow Danny Rick down the straight.
Gonna be a good race for Thomas then, I reckon.
It will indeed. So,
and another fun fact. The little kink at the end with the pit lane, that's called the last curve. Because why not?
Yeah, so chat, after qualifying, where do your allegiance lie now? Who's going to take the race win? Who have you got in the bag after that strong performance from Decorus? Can someone spring a surprise? We saw it last night from NRX Loveland and NRX Chester in another esports tournament. They started on medium and hards at France from the back and did absolute bits.
Yeah, I reckon it's going to be a close one, I reckon. It could be. But yeah, Slides, Matty Torley on pole. And whilst you guys are seeing an intermission screen, I'm seeing a bunch of marshals. So
that is a orange wall of death. They look like all Max Verstappen fans, don't they?
It reminds me of the Monaco when they barrier off the team.
That's
like a man-made barrier.
That's an interesting race prediction there from Jan Jacob, who says
I'm all with it.
Rose and Aiden 1-2. I can get on board with that.
Yeah, so can I actually. Not gonna lie.
Right, I've got back-to-back
Rose.
streams, so I need to keep my fluid levels up. So I'm going to get another drink. I'll be back.
Alrighty. Okay, so chat, we will be getting away in 2 minutes time, 7 GMT, so you can convert that at your own risk. But yeah, Aiden better at Compton Racing, right? Tom Clark. I don't know what to say to that. Slaz, it is me, Edith on her, alongside Mr. Rose. Yeah, it's Tom. I don't know how to react to that, if I'm honest. I mean, I've won more championships racing than I have commentating, so I don't know how that quite works. Who do I reckon will take the dub? Let me remind myself of the grid. And the tyres. I reckon Thomas has a good shout. I'm going to put the win down to Kenyon, Thomas, Matty Torley or Danny Rick. AMS referee, who am I going for? FRA been quite washed up at the moment. No offense to any FRAs in the chat. I probably shouldn't be saying that on a stream. But yeah, I think you're going to get through, Jaffa. Lando, that's an interesting question to be asking in a Twitch chat. Have you had bowel movements today?
Aiden's been violated. Aiden, who do you reckon will take the dub?
Yeah, I've been talking with the chat, and Tom Clark's actually violated, saying I'm better than comms than racing.
That's why I'm a commentator, I'm not going to lie, and I'll just take this moment to, for those of you who don't know, on the 11th of December, I will be taking part in 24 hours of gaming to raise awareness of mental health and to raise some money for the charity Mind. It'll be hosted on my Twitch channel. If you click on my bio in Discord, there's a link to my server that you can go in, and that's where everything's going to be launched from. We got a 100% community race at Silverstone in mental health livery cars. There's a private GTA lobby going on, etc. Hope you can join us for that one.
Yeah, I'll find my own way into it and get off the intermission screen, Rose. And if you don't mind, I'll take this.
Go.
It's 5 red lights. And it's underway for the Japanese Grand Prix of BFE Season 3. And it's a good start by Matty Torley and by Danny Rick alike. We've got a bit of two-wide action into the first curve. We've got Boom and Kenyon having a little bit of scrap, but Boom gets in front. And we've got Marshall getting a bit feisty with Caesar there, in towards the S's. Caesar gets just in front into the turn number 4. Nice bit of side-by-side action there, and it's all a massive snake through what my track map calls the snake, and the anti-bank curve up through Dunlop. So, good start so far, and we've already had on-track action right off the start, and there was no centre and cross moments into there. Any audacious dive bombs.
No, and not very many position movements either, as we watch Caesar go up the inside of Thomas, but just backs it out. So just Caesar and Thomas from Decorus changing places on lap 1, and well, Matty Torley's absolutely gone out in front. Half a second the gap to Danny Rick, and he's got a big wall of defence behind him for sure.
Yeah, it's like a free kick in football, massive wall behind.
We've got our first right round, baby, right round, and unfortunately the McLaren of Kenyon's facing the wrong way on the track, and you just can't park air, sir. And he finds himself in an early bad position as Torley leads us over the line. 7 tenths is the gap.
Good start there.
Look at Marshall go. He's going on the attack of Thomas into turn 1. Is it too early to make some silly moves? He thinks better of it this time. But they were switching places there, Aid.
I mean, these two have been at it since the start. They had a scrap in turn 1 on the lap 1, and they're having a scrap in turn 1 again this lap. Caesar falling off the back of Callum. I don't know whether that's due to battling or just raw pace at the moment. His tyres are overheating like
Thomas
mad.
has just touched grass, have been forced wide by Marshall as we see the pit strategies coming up, and it is a soft, medium, soft, hard strap. Which one they'll choose, one stops, we do not know. And we didn't have time to bring it up on the formation lap, but the two at the back, Wayardi and Chaos, have both gone for the medium tyres, so a possible alternate strap from these two drivers.
Yeah, 3 TTM drivers and 1 Decorus on the alternate strategy, so we'll see how that pays off for all of them. It's definitely going to be an interesting one on strategy and on track battling. And maybe a couple of DRS trains here and there.
So it's early advantage to Decorus live from Suzuka. 25 laps to go. Matty Torley's absolutely gone out in front. 8 tenths the gap to Danny Rick. Callum's just falling off of the back as a bollard goes flying across the track, and Callum's just drifting in and out of DRS, which is activated now on lap 3. Caesar's a second behind as well, so he'll want to be pushing up and making that advantage. Thomas being used as a blocker to Marshall and the rest of the TTM drivers in behind. Good evening to Lewis Badham, NEXR Lewis, and Sam Maitland, the best one in the chat. As unfortunately TTM Kenyon finds himself 13 seconds off the back of the pack. Good evening Moo Moo Milk and Jaffa. Hope you're well, lads. As Callum still can't find the pace to get within DRS of Mr. Boom. Well, Matty Torley is absolutely flying. Danny Rick just reeling it back into 4 tenths of a second. Caesar right on the trail now of Callum. Callum's just drifting off into the back of Caesar, and if he can't get DRS, we may see him move down the pit straight. You see Caesar very heavy on the ERS deployment to keep himself within DRS. Callum also has been using battery, and he's down at 30%, which is a disadvantage.
They both are, to be fair.
Yeah, and we through the detection zone, Callum doesn't get it, but Caesar does. So it's all about the exit. Callum looks like he gets a decent exit, and that
I
will just,
don't think Caesar will be draining to get past.
No, that will just help him survive. So still no movements. It's as you were from the start. Not a lot of on-track action, not a lot of battles, with the grid almost 50-50.
Yeah, fairly straightforward race so far for a lot of the drivers. drivers, apart from Kenyon, who's, as you said, already had a moment down. I can't remember where it was. It Degnos or was it the exit Spoon? I can't remember anymore. But yeah, looking good so far for the Decorus boys, or the Blue Army, to say. East. As Kenyon picks up his 3 sec in Dunlop.
Just to add insult to injury.
200R. As Walking Chaos gets past Riyadh on the exit of the Kobayashi curve through 200R. So tactics maybe between Chaos and Midway?
Hello, Chaos is right round, baby, right round. Reset to track also.
Oh, that's a straight L. I've got that clipped for the boys in the stewards.
Yeah, we don't accept them sort of antics. That is poor from you, Mr. Chaos. As Matty
Unbelievable.
Matty Torley getting disqualified. Bans are going in the chat. It's straight red. Pen ref is going.
Sorry, red flags, red cards.
Yeah, they don't like that going off in the chat. And it's on lap 5. Whoa, Matty Torley, a fan favourite in the chat tonight.
Chris is saying, hope that Chaos can sleep tonight.
Danny Ritt's getting close to the back of Whoa Matty Torley, and I think out of all the chat I've seen tonight, Matty Torley is the fan favourite in the chat for this evening. We've seen a lot of Whoa Matty Torleys in the chat.
Just taking a quick look, Caesar has saved his battery a lot, and Callum has used all of it basically.
He's done it.
Caesar's got a definite advantage, and maybe you're looking for moving to Spoon out of the Kobayashi curve and through 200R. I'm going to keep mentioning those 2 corner names because they're just cool.
Here we go. It didn't take long for the Blue Army to get into voice. Here comes X Factor Charlie with the chance. The chance will be coming thick and fast now, I'm sure. Jaffa's annoyed.
Don't know what about, if I'm completely honest, but
Jaffa, share your love. What's going on there, my mate?
for one day he's ill, his dad orders pizza. Now that is an L.
Is Caesar going to make the move into the casino triangle? No, he's not.
That'd be a bit dumb if I'm honest.
He's got the battery on again though, and the DRS. Are we going to see a move? Callum's battery lights flashing. This should be pretty easy, and that's going to be Caesar
Don't
up.
do Prost.
Yeah, that's going to be Caesar up into P5, as Thomas has got Marshall for company. So we'll sit on the back of Marshall through the S's. Softy medium, more importantly.
Yeah, I mean, the softs around now will be screaming for help. Stabby, welcome to the chat, mate.
It's actually called, I've actually made a huge error. It's actually called the Casio triangle.
Yeah, I was wanting to mention
hang
that
on.
to you.
Torley goes wide on the exit of one of the Degners, and Marshall's up to P7. Thomas, yeah. Torley, Thomas. I got Matty Torley on the brain. I love Matty Torley so much, I've got him on the brain. So Decorus Thomas down into P8 now, and looking to get back at Marshall very quickly. So Callum and Marshall, they're on the move for TTM.
And would we like a quick warning update on lap 6? I don't think we will. Torley has 1, Danny Rick has 1, Sam has 1, Boom has none, Caesar 1, Callum none, Marshall 1, same for Thomas. I don't know if that's contact or not, but that's a warning on lap 1. Same for Pikachu. Chaos got a warning on lap 5. Kenyon has a penalty and 2 warnings, according to this. And let's back to the top there.
Now the Whoa Thomas Torley chance start after that slight error from myself. That's poor from me. Good evening.
Confirmation of Pikachu and Riyadh having track limits on lap 1.
Okay. Good evening, Harvey. Good evening, Sarcasmo. So the management come in, and Decorus Sam gets the first penalty for Decorus for extending track limits. And here comes the chance, thick and fast, blocking up the stream chat. Whoa. Thomas is struggling in that second Degner, you know. That's the second time he's had a moment.
I don't know whether that's setup or throttle application or what, but he's definitely not having the best of times through there, for sure.
Batters here. Good evening, Batters.
Absolutely goat. Got quite a lot of goats in here today.
I'm not going to lie, not only the grid, not only the comms box, but the chat is absolutely stacked of legends this evening as Harvey now continues the chants.
And from halfway through quali, we are still sitting on around 60 viewers, so thank you everyone for coming along. It's good to see.
Callum is not on the battery, but he's on the DRS on the back of Caesar in the Alpine down into turn 1 and 2. No. Thomas getting very close to the back of Marshall as we go through the S's for the 8th time. And the tyres, pit windows should be opening now, I believe. So tyres coming towards the end of their life, and it may catch 1 or 2 drivers out.
Yeah, well, don't know how much people care, but while we have a bit of a stagnant little DRS train here, I'm going to tell you another fact about Suzuka. Oh, we got a spin.
Now, yellow flags, sector 1. No one's really dropped any time off. I wonder if it was walking chaos again.
Maybe had a massive slide. I don't know.
He has dropped off 1.2 seconds, so maybe.
Oh, as Kenyon picks up a 3-second time penalty, but that will not affect the race. I believe he's up to 6 now, is he not? Yes, he is. But yeah, back to as I was saying, I don't know how many people care, but fun fact about Suzuka, the motorcycle circuit is faster than the F1 circuit by 0.1 of a mile. Sorry, 0.01 of a mile. So,
right.
If anyone cares, there you go.
Callum v Caesar round 2, and they're a little bit closer.
And Marshall's in.
Caesar pulls to the right. Then just goes back to the left. Are we going to see a dive into turn 1? No, we're not. And you've got to have some big cojones, not only to send it in turn 1, but to send it on Caesar, who does have the nickname the Defending God.
And X Factor Charlie with a nice little chart there.
Yeah, that does get.
That's a fresh one.
Yeah, and I can confirm that in a Discord, in a server not so far away, there is a channel. Oh, yellow flag sector 1 again for
that's for
chaos.
Pikachu.
Is it?
That was Pikachu that time. I think he's lost a lot of time. He's got chaos right on his back. So let me get some sort of confirmation. He's into AI mode. Yeah, it was Pikachu on the last lap. It was chaos. They've both lost 3 to 4 seconds on their last laps in sector 1. So.
They're getting very
both
close
of them having
to each
moments
other.
back to back. Yeah, with Pikachu momentarily going into AI, they're right close to each other.
He is still in AI. So I wonder what's going on there.
Maybe he's had a wheel disconnect or something? I don't know,
but Danny Rick has got into the pits. Torley's going to stay out, so that both Red Bulls, remember, can't pit at the same time, especially when they're so close on track. So Torley's got to go round one more time. TTM
no pit lane speeding penalties as of yet. Thomas and Cam getting close in turn 2.
Freeman is in the chat, so good evening to PSR Freeman, and I think I saw Shush there somewhere. Good evening to Shush. So Danny Rick even needs the outlap of his life. He's pulled the undercut on a few drivers. So Sam and Danny Rick getting the preferred. Hello, Pikachu's right round, baby, right round. He's been lapped as well. And there's another Aston Martin off. That's Marshall.
The Astons are not having fun.
That's Marshall and Son Pikachu there. They're having synchronised spinning lessons through the S's, and unfortunately, lads, you just can't park there, lads.
It's just unfortunate, I guess.
Oh, Marshall's gone again. Turning that Aston Martin into a lawnmower. Does well to save it.
Valtteri Bottas style.
They have been lapped as well.
Oh, have they? Oh, they have, haven't they?
So, well, Matty Torley into the box. Boom follows him. Callum's going to come in as well. And Decorus Thomas. Decorus Thomas takes the lead of the Grand Prix. So, going from bad to worse from TTM, really, with the Aston Martin boys.
Yeah, and will Danny Rick get close to Matty Torley on the exit? Decorus Woe. And he does just slide in front there.
He does indeed.
Not by much, but he is in front of his compatriot in the Red Bull. Actually, no, not compatriot, but Decorus compatriot, let's say that.
But it's now a Decorus 1 to 5 because Caesar's managed to gap Callum in the pit stops by 0.6 of a second. So it's a net 1-5 for Decorus. And
nice to see from the boys.
What was interesting about Marshall going off is it may have been tyre temperature issues going through the S's because he just boxed for brand new mediums. And saw his mate.
Unless he like got on the curb.
Saw his mate.
I don't know.
He saw his mate Pikachu and thought, I'll have a go at that as well.
It's got to emulate each other sometimes.
Tom Knapp, also another quality commentator in the Decorus ranks. TTM equals totally mudded.
Got quite a few strong opinions in the chat tonight, but that's all part of it.
I'm going to have to say it. It looks like Decorus have taken over the chat as well as the track. Everyone Decorus on the chat right now.
Surely some of them should be practicing for ABRC, but maybe they've already done that and like, yeah.
So
screw it, let's watch BFE.
Callum, Caesar sets the fastest lap, but it's 0.3 of a second the gap now to TTM Callum, and again Caesar's battery light is flashing.
Jaffa's brain says Nexus versus Decorus, but his heart says SLR versus AMS.
Decorus heroes from PSR Freeman.
The Torterra, welcome to the chat once again. I don't know if I mentioned before, but welcome in. Got a lot of support for the Decorus lads today.
We take the Blue Army on tour everywhere we go. Invading comms boxes. We take the Blue Army into comms boxes. 1 to 6s on track, podiums, stream chats, and as a great gaffer once said, we are absolutely massive.
I mean, Decorus is going to do another FRA, aren't they? Take over everything, and then just sit there. Just sit there, do their thing, and hopefully not flop like I believe FRA 2 have done recently.
Big move.
They've lost more fixtures recently than in the last 2 years.
Big move coming into Casio Triangle, no. So it's Caesar versus Callum, round number 4 on lap 13. And to think we're only halfway, this is going to be an easy pass from Callum, I think. Yeah, the Mercedes flies past
Bit of
the
a
Alpine.
squeeze, but yeah.
And Caesar going to come back at him.
No. But just gotta wait for Thomas Viardi and Chaos to make their way into the pit lane, and then we'll have an idea of the running order. But we have an idea of it already with Danny Rick, followed by Torley, Sam Boom, Callum Caesar, and on pit stops anyway, Marshall.
Yeah, and the 4 Decorus drivers have gapped Callum by 3.8 seconds, so the wall of Blue Army in the middle, Danny, Torley, Sam and Boom, really extending
All
that gap out. Yeah, all in blue cars.
The Blue Army in blue cars. Defending guys in an Alpine like Alonso. And that's a spinner.
Guess what? It's Aston Martin, and he's right round, baby, right round again. Marshall is in the mud. He's all over the grass, Marshall's having a nightmare. He's not having a good race here, Aiden.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know much to say, to be honest. It's just been an abysmal performance by TTM so far, as Matty Toy makes his way past Danny Rick. And speaking of TTM, Callum goes and sets the fastest lap on lap number 13.
So Caesar, there's a good reply in fresh air from Callum. Just prevented Caesar from making a return assault into turn 1. AMS term asking what the pole time was. It was a 28.0, just to confirm.
Yeah, and Charlie still got mental with all the chance.
Yeah, so I didn't finish the story before. There is a chance channel in a Discord server not so far away, and it's absolutely stacked of chants that they're just copy and pasted in, make it nice and easy for them. Here comes Harvey with the best one. Munja Klar. Good evening, personal mod on my own personal channel, one of the best. Good evening, Sunshine.
Admon.
He is an admin in my, I dedicated the admins as admins in my community Discord also.
Yes, I am blessed to be an admin.
Torley is in DRS of Chaos, who hasn't pitted yet.
I can't even know. Oh, that's a new one. Jaffa asking if he can be an admin.
That's ask the man in the chat himself, Mr. Munn. Torley with the fastest lap of the race. He's now half a second behind Walking Chaos. So,
and Chaos is yet to stop, so the alternative strategy not looking as powerful as we thought.
No, and Chaos is going to have to do some job to try and hold up these 4 lads.
For sure. What?
Oh, Torley's off.
What after Torley? And speaking of what, he's in a wall.
Oh no.
Potential damage, I think.
He's had 2 races in a row. He's been unlucky. Yeah, wheel and connection issues. Just looking for end plate damage. He hasn't got any, but there may be a little bit of damage.
Maybe some phantom damage, because that happened to me in career mode. So you never know.
As the chat quickly changes to no Matty Torley, and he finds himself in P9 now behind Caesar. So absolute nightmare.
So unfortunate for Matty there. Looked like he had it in the bag, and I think he might just hit the curb at Dunlop, if I'm honest. I'm not sure.
It just looks like he had a snap of oversteer. I saw last night at France, turn 2, NRX Square had wheel issues, and he went straight on at turn 2, right into the wall. As Danny Rick now gets a snap of oversteer coming out of Casio Triangle.
Maybe everyone's tires are starting to scream at all.
But he's only 5 laps in, as Matty Torley does come into the box.
And looks like there will be a wing replacement for him. Yes, there will.
Oh, he's selected the soft, so he's going to go big on the soft tyres.
Go big or go home, as they say.
It is indeed. So Danny Rick's turn to go and attack Chaos. The driver currently running in P4 on the debut for Decorus, and it's so nice to see Danny out on the track. He's been under wraps for a little while.
Should I say welcome, GFRO Mark, first time viewer here in the BFE tournament Twitch channel. Welcome in. And now we're getting some Harry N chants.
He was in the chat earlier, was PSR Harry N, as Danny Rick gets past Chaos, and Chaos is right round. No, he's Tokyo drifting, managed to save it, but he turns that Mercedes into a Valtteri Bottas lawnmower, and Chaos, you just can't park there, sir. 15 laps on the mediums, and it might be time to come and have a box. Talking of boxing, here comes Thomas and Moyardi into the pit. So where do you think they're going to come out, Aidan?
P9.
P9.
Just
there he is.
Gaps. It's going to be about P9.
Told you Harry M was in the... Told you Harry M was in the chat. Good evening, Harry N. So Thomas comes out in P6.
Okay, so
Caesar's managed to
better
get
than what I
past.
thought.
Yeah, Caesar's managed to get past Callum as well. So it is a Decorus 1 to 4 again, and Thomas on the soft tyres will be chasing down Callum. So that's a gap that we wanna look at. But Matty Torley on the recovery drive with 10 laps to go. He's got TTM Kenyan in his sights. This will be a pass up into P10.
Nice camera angle the game gave me there. I was on broadcast camera, I was just staring right into his eyes. So it's nice to see. Game working with other camera angles now.
Sam29 Maitland drops a chant in for myself. Love that. So Matty Torley's got 10.8 seconds to try and catch Walking Chaos, and if Walking Chaos continues this bad run of form that he's on, he should make that pretty quickly.
Speaking of catching, he's set a purple sector 1 as he heads into the Kobayashi curve. So this lap is looking good so far for Matty Torley.
I'm getting ready for the heavyweight bout up in the battle for P4 between Callum and Caesar. They just can't shake each other.
And Caesar blinking again on the rear lights. Oh, he's going to look for it. He puts his nose there, but backs out of it smartly.
So,
wow, Jaffa, we were not. Oh, okay, yeah, okay. We won't. I was going to say we won't be having that, but then I saw all the ends, and we having that.
AMS Jaffa, that's embarrassing from you. So,
Interesting one there. As Kenyon has got in front of Pikachu.
yeah.
TTM looking out the bottom 3 positions.
AMS Jaffa, you've just lost 100 respect points from myself, and you're lucky you haven't been lynched by the Blue Army.
Just saw this. Thomas is now 7/10 behind Caesar and Callum.
Yep, he's absolutely motoring. I've just kept an eye on that, and that was the next point.
Yeah, but Jaffa, the thing is, right, you went from calling him a dickhead and then said, oh no, I'm ain't goated.
Oh, Decorus.
Oh, and Thomas
gets the penalty. So it's Caesar versus Callum at round 11. And the gap's 5, half a second. And he's let Thomas go. So interesting call. Thomas on the faster soft tyre, and we'll probably make more of a go at it on Callum and then try to back him up into Caesar. So a bit of team tactics at Decorus, it looks like to me. Admun drops a ratio in the Rose server for AMS Jaffa. Get in the Freeman ratio room, my boy. Sector 1.
Get in the ping zone.
Sector 1. Yellow flags. And it looked like for Walking Chaos, because Matty Torley's made 2 seconds on him. So Chaos loves a drift, loves a spin.
Does he not know the power of the Decorus Rose fan server?
Rose Ultras, they're known by many. Charlie, I didn't make the graphic, and the graphic was made before Aiden decided to do co-coms, but a very good spot.
I was like that on Monday as well, to be fair. So
sign up early.
It's a recycled graphic.
Sign up early.
I do sign up pretty early, to be fair. I agreed to this one on Monday. Can't be pulling out on me.
Thomas finally makes the move on TTM Callum up into P4 to restore the Decorus 1 to 4.
And very shortly, Rose will be doing ABRC over on his personal channel with graphics fresh from me, I believe. I didn't make an ABRC one. Balls.
I've managed to do a little something.
Right, okay.
It's only because I don't have access to get the Decorus codes for their channel. So as a one-off, I'll do it on my own channel tonight. So it's going to have to be an F1 pit stop style, changing the light stream, the iPad, and the Xbox over. But hopefully, I shouldn't miss too much.
Yeah, I reckon it'll be all right. If anything, you'll miss what, 3 minutes of quality, 4 minutes of quality?
Yeah, Dan B saying that Thomas is using no line. He's doing a very good job on no line.
For sure.
Boom, currently the richest of batteries with 70%. Oh no, Marshall's got 89, but he's not
in the race really.
No, he hasn't been in the race for a while. Caesar 0.8 of a second. And Callum, who's 0.6 behind Thomas. Decorus Sam getting very close to the back of Danny Rick, but I imagine with the penalty, they'll just wanna. There's a big buffer there. But Thomas needs to find 2.5 seconds, otherwise he's going to lose P4.
Yeah, I mean, it could be doable, but Callum's been pushing quite a bit, but he has got no ERS. So as soon as Thomas starts to drain, he's gone.
Freeman, are you racing on Sunday, my booty, or not?
Well, he has just said about carrying him on against ETE, so Freeman on pole versus ETE, yeah, I agree, to be honest.
Just a bit of breaking news. In the Freeman ratio room, oh hello, time penalty for Danny Rick on track, but in the Freeman ratio room, in the community Discord, that is an 11 bag against AMS Jaffa.
Fresh out with my screenshot as well, let's go.
Yeah, so an 11 bag for Mr.
It's not my biggest fresh, I've had a good old 22 bag back when I left the RL. That was an absolute double of an evening. But yeah.
Mr. Barney gets a few ratios.
Interesting.
Caesar's dropped right off the back of Callum, you know, down in P6. Matty Torley's found another second with 5 laps to go, so he just needs to pick up the pace because he's got Mr. Pikachu.
But I'm actually surprised at how little Thomas is pulling away from Callum here. I mean, he hasn't been using ERS, whereas Callum definitely has been.
Yeah, and I've just come across. Shout out to everyone who is in the watch along party in the voice channel.
69 viewers. 71 now.
There is a
Sad.
watch party going on over in the Decorus Discord. So shout out everyone who's in there this evening.
Mad. No one likes a soggy Jaffa cake, just got violated. Going. As Marshall picked up the time penalty, doesn't affect anyone. That's his like 4th now, I believe. No, that was his 1st. I swear I saw Marshall get another one then.
No.
But yeah.
And your ratio is up to a 14 bag as Decorus Sam takes the lead of the Grand Prix.
Yeah, but well, it's looking like a Boom win if he keeps it penalty free though. So.
And he'll deserve it. We don't see Boom very often. He's a very, very busy man. He's got a league to run, and obviously this time of year everyone's head in books. But it's good to see Boomer back on the track in the Blue Army colours for sure. And
yeah.
The win will be appreciated, no doubt.
For sure. I mean, as Torley gets overtaken by Pikachu. Oh, and there's been an incident at turn 1. And I don't know whether you want to take it away, but Torley has been around.
He has been.
once again.
He has had. There's probably contact there because they were getting close into turn 1. I was just keeping an eye on it on the track map, and Matty Torley's race going from bad to worse. So we may see that one in with the stewards later on. Boom, 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 boom. I want you in my room is the latest chat.
That reminds me of a song because it's stolen straight off a song, but I can't remember what the song's called.
It's the Venga Boys, isn't it?
I think so.
It is indeed. So boom on for the win. 3 laps to go at Suzuka. It's been a pretty dominant performance. If you're in blue and your name is Decorus, Danny Rick retakes the lead. And it's been a professional, job well done performance from the boys in blue.
Now, I'll say, take a look at Cam's warnings for the sake of Thomas here.
Danny Rick just touches grass and lets Decorus Sam go, so they're switching right up.
Right, so we're here on lap 24, and I just want to give a good shout out to Callum. He's got not a single warning for anything the whole race so far. But knowing my luck, that'll be commentator's curse, and he'll get a penalty in the next 3 laps. As we got Thomas close again. He's getting another one. He's about 1 warning off of 6 seconds.
So penalty update is everyone apart from Kenyon is on 3 seconds. So Marshall, Wayardi, Thomas, Danny Rick, and Decorus Sam, and 6 seconds for Kenyon so far is the penalty situation. As Thomas we see just goes a little bit wide.
As it stands, it looks like Caesar will get past Thomas as well if he keeps his pace up.
Torley has been in the wars for the last 2 races. That is correct.
But as mentioned by Icon Rose earlier on in the stream, I'm going to have a look at who the fastest lap is going to right now, and it is to Matty Torley. So down in P11 there will be no advantage from that one. But looking at penalties, he will jump up to P10, so he'll be scoring 2 points for that fastest lap. So good going from him, considering he's had 2 moments in this race.
Callum still not able to get the job done, and he doesn't need to send it. He's be quite happy to sit in behind Thomas, I imagine.
And Thomas still with 52% ERS compared to the 22 of Callum. So Thomas has it all in the locker, but he's just not using it.
Freeman. I think it's going to be a Freeman pole, a Freeman win.
A Freeman fastest lap.
A Freeman fastest lap, yeah. Freeman fastest pit stop. Freeman wins the stream chat. It's just going to be a Freeman day out.
Yeah, and I'm liking this comment from Charlie.
Yellow flag in sector.
Aiden Rose Godcons.
Yellow flag in sector 3 Marshall.
That is for the Aston Marshall. And I've stolen that straight off of Jaffa. I do apologise, but it's worth it. But yeah. So he's close to getting laps again.
He's about to. No, not quite. Fastest lap steal attempt. As Boom gets past Danny Rick now. So Boom up into P2. Still
to win this race on this road.
Still no pass from Callum. So smart game from Callum.
Oh, and Boom! He's hit the curb.
And on lap 26, Boom's win goes down the drain. Followed in the footsteps of Decorus Smates at Belgium. And I really feel for the lad Boom. I'm absolutely gutted for him, honestly I am.
Same. He's looking so good.
One of the nicest blokes in Decorus, and he's going to be absolutely gutted.
Thanks, Marcus. Thanks. I mean, I did say, knowing my luck, there will be some sort of commentator's curse. And as soon as I say he may be looking to win this race on track, he goes and spins it. As Pikachu picks up a 3 sec. on the penultimate lap of the race. So, without any sort of incident, Callum could be on for a surprise podium here.
He could indeed. Unexpected podium as well, I'd say, after what we saw in qualifying in the start of this race. But he's deserved. I'm gonna go out on a limb and say he's deserved it. He's drove a very, very good race. We saw 12 rounds of esports heavyweight boxing, yellow flag in sector 1, and guess who again?
Is it Marshall? Yes,
it is Marshall, yeah.
So there'll be no fastest lap from Marshall now.
No, and I think, yeah, Callum's drove a solid race. So 12 rounds of heavyweight.
Oh, he's going to look for it into the curve. I actually curve it.
Great defending from Thomas. Plants that Alpine just where you want it. And yeah, some good battles with Caesar as round turn 12. Is he going to make a move? No, Thomas. He's going to take the inside line.
Oh, he's on the outside.
Are they going to go side by
side? You don't need to be risking this, mate.
Side by side into Spoon. There is wheel banging.
Good save
He's hit
by Thomas there.
Yeah,
that was a 7th Verstappen moment right there in 2019.
He wasn't.
Oh, they're not going to do a centre and cross, are they? As Matty Torley picks up a 3 sec. He's out of the. It's just ending the points, actually. Never mind, ignore me.
Here goes Thomas.
Oh, we're going to see into the Casio triangle.
So it's
centre and cross.
Decorus Sam who takes the win. Danny Rick has run out of fuel, but brings it home. And because of Danny Rick running out of fuel, Callum snatches a P2.
Wow. Good result by Callum there. And good battle from the last lap between these two, Thomas and Callum.
Indeedy. So the finishing positions before provisional stewards, and while I'm reading this out, Aidan, if you could calculate some scores.
I have got a calculator.
Absolutely rubbish at this. So it's Decorus Sam who takes victory at Suzuka. TTM Callum comes home in P2 after Danny Rick runs out of fuel in P3.
And that looks like a 72 to 30.
72. Driver of the day is TTM Callum. I would possibly give it to him as well.
Yeah, same. Good race from him today.
If you could get the team managers in, that would be great. It's Decorus Brett.
Who are we having?
I think it's Decorus Brett and Tez, maybe.
Okie dokie, let me get those in then.
Caesar in the chat already. GG's TTM. Yeah, if we can get some GG's in the chat, guys, for TTM, that'd be fantastic.
They drove really well today.
So it's Decorus Sam from third on the grid to take victory at Suzuka. TTM Callum comes home in P2, scooping the Driver of the Day award. Danny Rick ran out of fuel on the final couple of corners, finds himself in P3 on debut. Thomas in 4th, Caesar 5th, it's Boom 6th, Wyardi 7th, Walking Chaos P8, Son Pikachu P9, and Matty Torley sneaks into the top 10 and takes that fastest lap points. Took pole position, couple of incidents, but P10. TTM Kenyon and Marshall rounding us off for this evening. I've just seen there's a certain gaffer in the building. If your audio's included, Gaffer?
Yep, it is.
Good evening from you, Sunshine.
Good evening, boys.
Do you want to give out your announcement before you start talking?
Yeah, I mean, it's been let out of the bag. I put it on my Twitter earlier today, but for those that, aren't there, a few weeks back I decided, no, I was going to leave Decorus at the end of the month. Instead, that's taking a U-turn. I'm staying with the team. I mean, after a performance like that, I don't think I can let them go. I love them too much. I'm staying.
I've obviously shared my personal thoughts with you in DMs, but I think I will speak on behalf of everyone within that Decorus server that we are absolutely delighted you're staying, Gaffer.
Thank you.
And we love We Love Normans in the chat going absolutely well right now. So, back to the race.
Yep.
Interesting, good qualifying from our lads.
Yeah.
Looked a professional job. How did it go for you? How did you see it?
Yeah, went very well for us, you know. It could have been a much different result had Torley not had his contact with deadly Suzuka curbs, and if Boom, you know, hadn't made the mistake as well. But my goal to the guys tonight was, you know, be conservative and, you know, don't do any reckless things, I guess. You know, take the race at your natural pace, and they did that. It was a good showing from Danny Rick on his debut. I thought he did really well. Ran out of fuel in the final few corners, so it was a bit touch and go there, but a bit of lift and coasting and a bit of DRS usage, and, you know, all works out in the end. Credit to TTM, you know, the situation that we were in was, I mean, I've made my thoughts known, and we were dealt a bad hand after the performance against PSR, but we're here now, and, you know, I'm glad we've done for talking on track, and I think we have to progress.
I think, to be fair, Gaffer, on a review of the performance, we've done the talking on the track, we've done the talking in the comms box, and the Blue Army and the Rose Ultras have taken over the stream chat tonight. It's been absolutely booming in the chat.
Yeah, it's been a good one.
Yeah, I mean, that's just what I've always wanted, you know. The team atmosphere at Decorus is unbelievable. It's one of the best in esports right now, and, you know, I'm so grateful to those that are in the chat right now, in the Discord calls, and, you know, really backing our boys, you know, giving them all the support, giving them all the hype. I love it. It's forever grateful, and it's forever appreciated.
It is indeed. It doesn't look like anyone's joining from TTM now.
Tez has just joined.
Tez has joined, is he? No, I didn't even notice. I'm looking at my computer screen rather than my Xbox. If you want to take over the interview with Tez, that'd be fantastic.
Oh, Tez, difficult race from your boys today. How do you think that went?
Tough race. It's a fair race all round. I want to say GG's Decorus. They had a very strong race, and yeah, it wasn't our day today. They have a stronger team. Pretty fair to say. But overall, fair racing all round. I didn't personally see any dirty moves or anything. There was maybe a little bit of holding up at the end there on Callum, but overall, very, very clean race. We've seen a lot worse previously in past fixtures, not Decorus, just in general fixtures. So yeah, it is what it is. Decorus is the stronger team, but I want to say a big shout out to my guys. They've been putting the work in, but unfortunately we just came a little bit short today, and Decorus came out on top.
Yeah, I'm going to use you mentioning Callum into a segue to my next question. His performance, are you able to give us a little bit of insight how you direct him through that?
It was more just keeping his head cool, really. We knew he had the pace from the start, and he was kind of a lone wolf out with the Decorus guys at the top. His pace was strong, and it was sort of just keep the penalties down. I don't think he even picked up a warning. I think he picked up one warning potentially. I think last
on lap 24, and he had 0 warnings. Unless he got one after that.
Maybe I checked
about
very
him
strong
too,
I didn't see he had one. So yeah, it was he done really well. But when you're a lone wolf battling with various oppositions, it's hard to sort of work together. Obviously, the Decorus guys are working very well, doing the DRS trains and staying ahead. But Callum kept to it. He kept his head down, and he was able to capitalise on a few mistakes from the Decorus guys. Obviously, Boom spinning. That came into favour of Callum, and I don't know what happened to Danny Rick. I think that's in chat. He ran out of fuel or something. So there's everything to play for. Until you cross that line, there's always positions to be made up. And Callum did just that, and him not taking a penalty that race, that really came in clutch for him. And for him to get a P2, he was very happy in the party when he crossed the line. So yeah, big shout out to Callum specifically. So yeah, but for all TTM, the GG to all the drivers, big shout out to them. And yeah, like I said before, well done to Decorus, and wish you good luck for the future of season 3.
Yeah, it's been a good race from both sides today.
Yeah,
so,
you know.
Rose, anything further?
Tez, can I just... First time we've met, in a party. Pleasure to have you in the box. Can I just give you full credit for that absolutely outstanding piece of work for the intro this evening, mate? Absolutely unreal, top draw stuff.
Thank you. It wasn't nothing special. We've got a little bit better things in the works, but it was kind of like a beta stage sort of thing we've got going on. We want to try and get sort of the more realistic sort of esports graphics coming through. Always try and look at develop the graphics, something that I've always took quite a lot of pride in. I've not really done a whole lot recently, only a little bit more recently. Well, in the past I've sort of backed down a little bit, sort of pulled out of F1 and Discord and whatever else, but slowly kind of wormed my way back in. I found a little bit more, bit more love for it all again. So yeah, I'll be experimenting. Yeah, it's always a pleasure.
Lovely. Any final words to each other, Tez and Mr. Normans?
I'll start off. Thank you, Tez, for coming out on a Friday night. It's been a pleasure representing TTM. I think you'll agree. There was a bit of argy-bargy in terms of the off-track stuff in regards to how this fixture came about, but we're here now, and we've thoroughly enjoyed the build-up to this race. The graphics from your side, as Rose mentioned, outstanding work from TTM and yourself, we look forward to see what you do in future tournaments, and hopefully we'll see you in season 4.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, likewise to you, Brett. It's been a pleasure. Obviously, whatever happened off track beforehand, it's all about passion, really. Things do get heated. I've known this. I've been in this community now long enough to know that passion does play a huge part, and it does sometimes take the toll on some people's emotions. So it is what it is. I think if we didn't have that, it wouldn't be half as good as what it is. So we all want our teams to do well and to win, and a lot of the time we'll do anything sort of to try and do that. So yeah, it's what it is. I've got love for everyone in this community. Don't have any beef with anyone. It's all about emotion, passion, and that. So yeah, big up you and the rest of your team.
Lovely job. I'll wrap things up there because I've got to do an F1 pit stop on Lightstream and Twitch. I'm over back on my personal channel for ABRC. I'm going to shoot. Tez, Brett, Aid, it's been an absolute pleasure, and I've got to get my wriggle on.
Cheers, bro.
Enjoy.